What up, everybody? Welcome to Hoops Talk Central. I am your host, Swish, and I am so excited to be starting this channel. I just can't wait to hear all of the topics and things you guys want me to cover. Obviously, I'll be talking everything WNBA related here, as well as just talking about hoops. So if there are any topics that you guys want me to cover on this channel, whether it be, player profiles, potential off-season moves that'll be happening, just anything going on that you guys want me to talk about, make sure you leave a comment, and I'll make sure to talk about that. I'll be looking to be putting out videos weekly, so can't wait to build this community with you guys. And so if you could like, share, and subscribe, do all of those things, I would greatly appreciate it. Before we get into anything else, I just wanted to say I have been a fan and truly been following the WNBA like actively since the Wubble season, and seeing the growth that has happened in that short span of time has been nothing short of amazing. And obviously this year when Caitlin came in, and the league went to a totally different level when it came to viewership and all of those things. And so I just can't wait to see what happens next. And so without further ado, let's get into it. So Caitlin Clark has won Time Magazine's Athlete of the Year. Wow. Just to put this into perspective for y'all, let me show you, or let me tell you, who the other players are that she's now in that company with. So, and this has only been around since 2019, this award. So in 2019, the U.S. women's national team won. In 2020, LeBron James. 2021, Simone Biles. 2022, Aaron Judge. In 2023, Lionel Messi. That is absolutely amazing company to be in. And what, to me, this symbolizes is that now Caitlin Clark is a global superstar. She is a global athlete superstar. And that is going to have big ramifications, not only for herself individually, but also for the WNBA as a whole, and trying to continue to spotlight and grow the league. And so she talked about a lot of stuff in this article. So if you all have a chance to read the full article, make sure y'all go ahead and do that. But just to touch on a couple of points, she talked about how, the rocky start that her and the Indiana Fever got off to, but how she felt, a lot of it was controllable and things that she could correct and that the team could correct. And we saw that, especially after coming back from the Olympic break and seeing the run that they were able to go on and be able to get into the playoffs. And obviously they lost in the playoffs to the Connecticut Sun, but just to turn around the team, a team which hadn't made the playoffs since 2016, I want to say, is amazing. And Caitlin Clark in this year has broken so many records and set so many viewership records as well, from college to the pros. It's amazing. The championship game against South Carolina, where the viewership was 18.9 million viewers were watching. And for the first time ever, it had beat the men's championship game, which that's the first time that has ever happened. And that is a huge testament to not only her ability to draw an audience and people who are really passionate about her game and what she brings to the sport. There's so much more to look forward to. She also talked about, and I want to touch on this really quick because I hope that we can just dead this whole tired conversation about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese having a rivalry. So she says, and I quote, "We're not best friends by any means, but we're very respectful of one another. Yes, we've had tremendous battles, but when have I ever guarded her? And when has she ever guarded me?" So there you have it. Exactly. I was literally thinking the same thing. Like, they don't play the same position. They rarely, if ever, are guarding each other unless it's on a switch or something like that. And on top of it, they are just completely different players that have totally different skill sets. And right now, if you ask me, Caitlin is a much more well-rounded player than Angel is right now. Now, that doesn't mean Angel can't get there. I mean, she set the record for double doubles in a season and had an incredible season in her own right. I just think offensively, there's a lot that she needs to add to her bag in order to, vault herself into the category that I know she wants to be in as a one of the best players in the league. But with that said, like I said, there is no rivalry between the two of them. It's just basketball between them, at least, and the narrative that the media wants to make. They can go on ahead and continue to make that. But Caitlin's making it clear there's no beef, there's no rivalry. It is what it is. Now, another thing that she talked about, which I thought was interesting, was she talked about Christy sides and how it was really telling to me, her response, where she was just like, it felt like a lot of times it was just Caitlin, go figure it out kind of basketball, which it was. When you watch those games, offensively at times it was just Caitlin, go figure it out. There were no real schemes being run. None of that stuff was happening. And I think they made the right decision, letting Chrissy Sides go and getting Stephanie White, who I think is going to be incredible, not just for Caitlin, but for Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell and everybody over there on the Indiana Fever. So can't wait to see what happens with that moving forward. And another thing that she touched on in this article, which I think is important to mention, is she talked about how there's the racial underpinnings of her rise as a basketball star, especially now that she is in the WNBA and all of the attention and spotlight that was being put on her. She said, quote, "I want to say I've earned every single thing, but as a white person, there is privilege." And then she goes on to talk about how a lot of those players in the league that have been really good have been black players. This league has kind of been built on them, which is true. The league has been built on, the greats, whether it is Cheryl Swoops, Lisa Leslie, Dawn Staley, Maya Moore, the list goes on and on and on. And she said, the more we can appreciate that, highlight that, talk about that, and then continue to have brands and companies invest in those players and that have made this league as incredible as it is, I think it's very important. I have to continue to try to change that. And that's true. And then she ended it by saying this: the more we can elevate Black women, that's going to be a beautiful thing. So her saying all of those things, I think, first of all, was very important, and with the platform that she has, to be able to say that. But I hope for everybody out there that has in the media that's talking about, oh, Caitlin doesn't say things to help support the league and all of that stuff, I hope that y'all can just go on ahead and dead that. She said it clear as day right here, and I can't wait to see just the continued growth and exposure, because there is a lot of talented Black women. This league was built on Black women in this league, but to say that Caitlin didn't earn this position that she's in now is ridiculous, in my opinion. She literally catapulted herself into this position because people liked watching the way that she plays. There have been many of white talented women in the WNBA and in college before her, and nobody ever took it to this level that she has. And so I think that it is absolutely incredible the way that she has positioned herself to not only be the future, if not currently, the face of the league. And we can have that argument another time because I think she already is the face of the league. She's not only positioned herself to be the face of the league, but to also help do and promote not only the players, but do the things necessary to make sure that, the league is continuing to get the things that they need and continuing to grow exponentially, which I think it will. I mean, the viewership numbers this year were ridiculous. Her debut was 2.1 million viewers on ESPN2. This is what we're talking about. A player who is able to pull in people like you and me to watch her just because of the way she plays basketball. Just like I was watching Steph Curry because here's a guy who is 6'3", smaller than most of the people out there on the court, and he's shooting these logo threes and draining them. Like, the showmanship aspect of it is something that she clearly has, that is really allowing a lot of people to see the WNBA and women's basketball in a bigger light than I think it was exposed to before. So once again, huge accomplishment for Caitlin to win Athlete of the Year, and many more accomplishments to come. I mean, she already had a pretty decent season for her rookie year, averaging 19 points on, what was it, 41% from the field, 34% from three, 90% from the free throw line, 8 assists, 5 rebounds. Like, she's only going to get better. She's only going to get better. So that's exactly why I think she can make a case for herself next season for MVP, which I can get into that and break that down for y'all later in another episode, why I think she is going to make a strong case for MVP next year and potentially lead the league in scoring as well. But let me know what you guys think. I can't wait, like I said, to hear what topics you guys want me to cover. Make sure to leave a comment, like, subscribe, and you can follow me on all of my social feeds, Hoops Talk Central. And I can't wait to continue to talk WNBA basketball with y'all. Until next time, peace.